My name is Susanna Inglada, and I come originally from a small village close by Barcelona in Spain, but I live here in the Netherlands bijna 8 jaar. Dus, yeah, so I normally work with drawing and paper and make installations, and yeah, this is my main thing, this main material. Study my master's in the Netherlands. I've been in Belgium also at HISC 2 years, then I came back to Netherlands. I lived in Groningen, in Rotterdam, in Amsterdam, so I moved quite a lot around the country. I did theater studies also in Barcelona back then, and this is something that is quite present in my work, in a way. And I work with drawing and paper, and I'm inviting the viewer to move around the installations. So my canvas is in a way the space. I'm interested in social and political things that are happening around us. In the recent history of Spain, also my background and also my family background, from the period of my grandmother, that she is when was the civil war in Spain, that she lived in, then the dictatorship that my parents grow up, live half of their lives, and then also what happened after the transition, and it is more like what will live my generation, and this changes, so like generation changes, is something that really interests me, and how things repeat in a way or happen again. I'm inspired by things that sometimes I don't understand, that happens around us, and I read in the news or something, and then from there I start building work. So I use drawing to kind of understand or ask myself questions about these kind of facts. So topics is cruelty, violence, social injustice, gender is something I'm touching now. I came here giving myself precious time, that was to be 3 months here without having a deadline or like willing to have a final result, but researching on and trying to find ways on how to translate my drawings into ceramics, and also learn this material and see the possibilities, and if there is possibilities for my work to be translated in this material in a way. And the main goal of that is because since 1 year or something, I'm trying to find a material that could work in public space, because paper is quite limiting in that way, because yeah, it rains and ciao, and it rains a lot here. So I'm trying to find a material, and I did some experimenting in my studio with metal, but then I thought like, wow, ceramics is so cool, so why not trying it? And yeah, so for me it has been like a research on a new, so it was really about getting to know the material. And I'm living with a big piece, but I mean, I don't know if it will belong to something, but so far, I mean, for me, it just has been a beginning. It's like now I know all the ingredients in a way, or, well, I think I know, but actually not, because there is so much to learn with this ceramic world. So, yeah. I don't know, something exciting, for example, maybe being part of the fire department or something like that. Well, it happened really when I was really young, because I mean, since really small, I was already drawing, and I found out that I was sometimes better communicating with a drawing than talking. So, and I was all my childhood I was drawing and drawing. I had this interest, but in my family there is zero art, zero artists. But there was when I grew up, I was in a really small village, and well, my grandfather used to be a model in exchange of cigarettes, packets of cigarettes, for an artist there. And there was a photo in the living room where there was my grandfather as a young kid being model of this guy, this artist that was sculpting him. And I was always, when I was really young, I was like, hey, but is this like a profession? Can I do this? Because, you know, and then from this, it triggers me like the interest, and like I saw that was possible, no? That there was a profession on what I was trying to do. Yeah. Maybe my father, but when he was a bit younger, because he was, yeah, really involved in the village where I come from, but in a male way, you know. So I would like to see how it feels also, like to be in that position that you're, because there is a bit of, I find it different how woman is judged in certain positions, and yeah, in different on men still, and yeah, I think I would like to try that. Recently I went to do a residency in Spain, and I was in like Baumarket or, and I was there and I had to sew a piece of wood. And then there was all these guys and girls like, oh wow, you know. I mean, if there was a guy doing this, you will never get these reactions, you know. So this is one thing. I have, I'm gonna be part of this art fair in Brussels. And it's nice because I have a booth, so I have like, it's kind of not like these fairs where there is a lot of different things together and you cannot get a grab of the artist. I'm really looking forward to go back in the studio and make some animations. I'm trying to explore moving image also. And yeah, and just go back to drawing, I miss it. Like to put my music really loud and play, like work there, and I don't have almost neighbors, so here is all the time people, so you cannot do that. Well, I like rock, and I like also like some punk, and I also like complete silence.